I see Josh.
Hello, and welcome to Game 3 of Second Star to the Right, a Traveler Chronicle. With us today is Michael Steinbach.
Hello.
And we also have Michael Kolb.
That's right, you do. What's up, guys?
Joshua Bafunzo. And
I should change my name, but I'll be Nicholas Wins. I'm Nicholas Wins.
And Carla May. So,
Hello.
where the adventures were last time was they had released the robot Project MPH anomaly, and after some weird communication that was somewhat deciphered and some that was not, the robot walked out of the ship, creating a hole. It is continuing to walk into the desert after it was asked by, I believe, Chris Gaines, to return, and it is at least stopping long enough for the characters to grab equipment. Is that all where we were?
Sounds about right to me.
Okay. What equipment are people trying to gather?
Is there a specific weight that I can carry?
If you tell me what you try to get, I will tell you if it's easy for you to carry, or you have to do some type of roll to carry that amount.
Okay.
Like, theoretically, your strength and your I'd say your strength and your endurance are going to be the nature of how much you can carry for how long.
Mm-hmm.
And your endurance is great, and your strength is not so great. So, what type of things would you like to grab?
So currently, what I have are, I don't think we have any more of those, just water. Like, I think I had given that to, Baxter. So I don't have any water, but I think I have a couple bites of food. I have a minor heart, which will probably last another day. Minor chunks that might last another day. I was given a vac suit in which I am currently in. I have 26 nutritional bars and night goggles that I kind of put together myself. And then what I'll want to do is to do a final sweep of other just things that I would try to find that would be survival. So I could roll a survival if you want me to.
I'll let you roll survival.
Okay.
And
Okay, let me back to that screen.
That's pretty good.
So I rolled an 11 and I got a boon of 5.
You find a large duffel bag to carry all this stuff with greater ease.
Okay.
So you essentially will not have to worry about stamina or checks for the equipment that you currently have, and you won't have. Right now, you're essentially trying to strap all this stuff to you. This essentially lets you have a bag that you can put on your back.
So would I consider this a separate item, or do I put this down as an item and then in that item put all these other things in there?
I would just put it as a separate item just for ease.
Okay.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do a survival check? Or another type of check to rip stuff out of the ship before you're leaving it?
Yes, I would like to try to do a quick mechanics check to try and soup up the rover as fast as possible.
Okay. Is anyone going to aid you with that, or is it just going to be you?
I'll help him if he asks for it.
It will take the person's time of their search, which is why I'm asking.
That's fine. I'll help him.
Can you get the AI to help you at all?
No. It won't understand that level of detail.
Fair enough.
If he'd like, I'll help him. Otherwise, I'll make my own separate roll, whatever you'd like.
I'd love to help.
What
Okay.
what was it that specifically you're trying to do?
improve the buggy rover that they had made out of the crash pieces.
So then, presumably, the more people are assisting, the better chances of it, right?
Yes.
So,
but you did a search.
right, but I'm just trying to understand the mechanics of it.
Yeah. Essentially, every person who's going to spend the time on the buggy will improve the buggy's improvability.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Question.
So, Steinbach, are you going to help with the buggy, or are you going to do a search?
I'm going to do a search for other equipment.
Okay. So, do a survival roll, which you don't have great. Let me see what else you might have to be a better roll for that.
I'm specifically I have my portable communication gear.
Yeah.
I want to try to find the portable battery, or maybe they've got a different set in here.
Okay. I'll let you do your electronics roll for that.
Okay.
While he's doing that, am I able to communicate with him and just interact with him, talk to him at some point?
You can talk while you're looking, yes.
Okay. So, Baxter, I'm going to ask you. So, Baxter, you had mentioned that these people are going to be coming to this location or somewhere near here, and the goal was to maybe have a flare available. Should have a flare. I forgot to add that to my list. So are those people coming or not?
The guy I was able to talk to. The guy I was able to talk to in the village, or the city rather, said that they would be trying to come. That it would take roughly 2 days, and unfortunately, I couldn't give them exact coordinates of where we were because we didn't have a reference point when we landed. I told them we were in the wreck of one of these ships. Ideally, they'd be finding us here, or eventually they would. They might catch us as they're flying over looking for us. They might see us walking on the desert.
Okay.
And Baxter, your role of communication, you find a essential crank battery thing that you can do an endurance roll, or someone can, to recharge the battery.
Awesome.
Okay. So now I'd like.
Should I do a mechanics or an engineer roll?
So Chris Gaines is going to roll, and Josh, what is your mechanics or engineer? Just tell me what the number is.
Mechanic is is the number 4?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah. I'll even triple check, but that does sound right. So, Nicholas, character sheet. Your your mechanic is a 3. Your what was your other one that you wanted? Actually, wait, is that 3? No. Yeah, you're fine. That is a 4. Okay, no, it's a 4. So, Chris Gaines, can you roll your mechanics to try to repair? And we're going to add Nicholas's roll to it, just the number. So essentially, you now have a 13 on that roll.
Oh, that's not bad.
So on the 13, you now are able to. I'll give you 2 different choices.
I missed what you were saying because it cut out. I don't know why.
Essentially, the level of your skill is going to be added as that many points.
Oh.
Okay. So it guarantees a certain amount of success because you're able to be like, that's a stupid idea, put that here.
Oh.
But you aren't able to super do it because you're both doing the same thing.
Okay.
So you have 2 choices. You either can add more seats, or you can make it quicker.
Faster.
Okay. So it's still at 2 seats, but now it can. It used to be like a little bit faster than human walking. Now it's about like a a dog running. So it is
Dogs
enough.
can run fast. Those are scary.
Yeah, but it's not like a horse yet. It's like it's still a pretty fast dog. So you're essentially went from 4 miles an hour to, I'd even go so far as to say 7-8 miles an hour.
Excellent.
Okay.
That, hopefully the robot won't run off and leave us. With,
No,
you
but
know, a decent fast
at
speed.
the speed that you saw him go, you easily will be able to catch him now with the buggy.
Excellent.
Okay, so you all take the gear and get out of the ship. Also, I wanted to note, as you guys had talked about last time, you guys wanted the information. I actually made a point to get you a picture of your little down ship, and that is on the ISS Glove right now.
There we go.
So, you guys are climbing down that little ramp, and you guys are beginning to walk into the desert following the Project MPH.
On our way out the door, Chris calls over his shoulder to TOO.
Mm-hmm.
TOO, erase all knowledge of the last 2 days.
That will take a computer roll because it's directly against its programming. Do you want to take the time to do a computer roll, or do you want to just go?
I don't have computer, so...
It's like, I'm sorry, Captain. I'm not authorized to do that. You would need Admiral permission or higher.
Can one of us roll to erase it?
Yeah, one of you guys who heard two say that, you guys could jump back in the ship and try to hack it.
Hack the planet.
Oh goodness. So how do I make this go away? This picture.
You can double click the name and it will compress the picture.
So I will attempt with mine. My computer, I guess.
Roll it.
Okay, and my roll is a
It is
roll
not
to
very
4.
good. Yes.
Yeah. She sneakers at me.
Can I try?
Of course.
Computers. I think computers is a thing I actually don't have.
No, it's under your electronics.
Thank you. I was wrong. I was like, why did I think I had computers? Because I have computers.
She did.
So I rolled a 12 with a boon bane of 4.
Okay. You are able to... You have a choice. You either can wipe the entire computer setup or the last 2 days. Either way, the computer setup will be wiped. But, like, it essentially is everything or nothing.
Everything or the last 2 days? I'm sorry, say that one
So
more
no, it's everything or nothing. You can't just wipe the last 2 days.
Everything.
Okay, everything. 200 is 00 now. There is no data from the ship that will be recoverable by other people. Unless they start ripping up the ship for parts and stuff to find, like, the decayed parts. But they can't just open up the computer, essentially. Okay. So, the moment you do that, the anomaly starts walking again, the exact same direction. Even to the point that you see it walking in its old footprints.
I
All right, I proceed after.
follow
Okay.
the goal.
It is currently now past morning. It is beginning to get to the apex of noon. Can everyone give me their survival or endurance check if they do not have survival?
I'm also specifically going to be looking for any active minors that are around us.
Okay. It is
In my continuing practice of having lousy endurance and survival roll, I
But-
rolled a 7 with a bane of 1.
Baxter luckily still has a vac suit, so he's still okay. In your vac suits, it's going to be a very hard roll for you guys to fail right now.
Oh, okay.
But your vac suit is starting to smell.
Yeah.
Okay, I just got my roll.
You're still okay, too. Essentially, 5 is the limit.
6 and 5. Okay.
Is
If
it possible for me not to have survival at all?
Yes.
So then what would I roll?
Endurance.
That one's one of my best rolls.
And you're fine. Okay. So, you guys are going along. As the project just kind of keeps trucking along, and you guys are you guys having one person sit on the buggy and the rest of the gear, or are you having 2 people sit on the buggy? Are you transferring it around? How are you doing that, Chris?
I'm leading the pack, and I'm not worried about that buggy personally.
Okay.
I'm trying to walk pace with the robot and try to just talk to it as we walk.
Okay.
I'll sit on the buggy.
Okay. What would you like to say to
I'll
it?
be on the buggy as well.
Describe the emotion that is a loss of hope or beyond hope, robot.
It is a distance you cannot feel.
Is the distance in time or space?
I don't understand your question.
How is the distance measured?
I don't know how to describe it. And by the way, it's a very important thing that it knows that answer. It doesn't know how to describe it. Versus, I don't know what you're saying.
Robot, can you interface with a biological being?
Yes.
Robot, would that interface be detrimental to the biological being?
Describe detrimental.
I didn't really hear you, Patrick.
Describe detrimental.
We didn't hear the first word.
Describe detrimental.
Harmful, to threaten life or well-being.
Is not
Perhaps
existence that?
perhaps you should ask him if it will if the change will be irreparable. Can you undo the change? Because perhaps it won't be harmful, but perhaps it will be something that you can undo, which maybe you might want to undo.
Robot, what he said.
All things have entropy. Nothing is static.
A robot, could you interface with me?
Would you be you?
Well, robot, if we want to get all metaphysical, I'm not me every new instance as I'm recreated throughout time.
Can I have everyone give me a recon roll if you have it? If not, it's a pure intellect.
It's a pure intelligence roll, you said?
If you don't have a recon.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do a recon earlier for looking around for minor. Does that mean I should have already done that?
I will tell you, you have succeeded. There were not nearby minors.
Okay. This is a new my, I guess,
Yeah.
other recon then. Okay.
Okay. So, Nicholas, while the robot is talking, you begin to hear something, and it is some type of vehicle that is coming this direction.
Is it faster than us?
You hear it, you don't see it, so you don't know.
Okay.
But
I'll
you were the
let
only one
talk
who
about-
broke a 10, so
I also got a boom bane of 5.
yes. That's what you know right now.
Guys, is anybody else hearing this? I think there's a vehicle coming up on our position.
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything. Which direction is it coming from? From where we just were?
No, up ahead.
Gotcha. It's coming up from up ahead, and we're headed towards it.
Everyone can re-roll their recon now. The number you're shooting now for is 7, because you've now been told the direction.
Oh yeah, I hear it.
3-1. Oh, jeez.
Nope.
Yes, but
I got a
Chris hears
5.
it.
Yeah,
Two.
I have a negative on this roll.
You're like, I thought I heard it, Nicholas. So yes, you guys, 2 of you hear some type of vehicle coming this direction. And the anomaly has not stopped walking.
Robot, hide. There's possible trouble coming.
From what?
Hi,
We're in the middle of the desert. How's it gonna hide?
bury yourself.
Okay. You begin to see the anomaly begin to quiver and invert as it essentially begins to coil in on itself, as you realize there are no solid pieces inside of it.
If it's carryable, if it ends up being carryable, guys, I see it. It's folding into itself.
It hasn't
I
lost
can
the shape,
carry it.
by the way.
What?
It's not losing its shape. It's just curling in on itself. It's still about a 6'2" humanoid form.
What do you mean curling in on itself then?
So if you look at the picture, the entire thing is like coils and ribbons.
Okay.
It's essentially
Back to the
just...
picture.
What was that?
Let me go back to the picture because
Okay.
it is not there. Okay.
So all these coils are just curling in on themselves. It actually isn't changing its shape.
It's just getting smaller.
You guys see now a kind of a vehicle come across the dune, and it looks like this. There are 4 guys in it that have obvious weapons.
Are they? Can I do? Okay. What? In what way would I be able to maybe see some distinguishing marks or like any kind of like?
Streetwise, a admin or a kind of a history, I would allow those types of roles.
Sounds good.
I'll have to do admin because that's the only non-negative thing that I guess I have.
Okay.
And
Can I roll an admin as well?
She actually got more than good enough that there's
I
not
did.
going to be...
I rolled the 9 and I have a bane of 6.
Yeah. So these are people who have obviously killed local constabulatories and have taken their gear and put it on them, even though there are like laser bullet holes inside the outfits.
All right, so then I tell everybody, hey guys, looks like we got some troublemakers. They're trying to look like they're of the local variety, but it looks like they might have stolen them. And they've got guns.
What's the range?
You're there at about, I'd say 600 yards because of the dunes. You just kind of hopped over a dune.
Chris takes a braced combat position against the buggy and begins to sight in on the driver.
Okay.
And we're still on the move, right? Because the guy, or is the robot? Did it actually stop?
It is rippling right now. It is not looking like it is moving forward.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then I stay in place as well.
Okay.
Chris, should we maybe see if the robot can fit on the rover, as perhaps it's going to be less visible or more innocuous that way?
So
You can ask it when it's done with the thing, metamorphosis.
Chris is the only one that has prepared for combat so far. So I will let Chris win the initiative before they shoot, because they are coming to shoot.
Oh,
Well,
they have guns in their
I will
hands?
drop-
I directly said that they were heavily armed.
Yeah, you said they were heavily armed, but you didn't.
But you didn't
specifically say they were
holding
aiming
their
it
weapons.
at us.
They have weapons on it. They are people who are stolen police uniforms. These are not good people.
I
Yeah.
understand, but if you had said that they are aiming it at us, I would have taken a different stance than I'm just going to stand here.
Okay, I'll let you try to do a recon roll, but it is a vehicle also screaming through the sky. The screaming across the ground. It's like a land speeder on Tatooine in Star Wars. This isn't the quickest. This isn't the it's just puddling around.
I recon that pretty good, I think. I rolled a 13 with a Boon Bane of 5.
Okay, they are prepared with weapons. I was very clear with they have weapons.
Yes, you are.
And I just need to clarify. So just because they have weapons doesn't mean that they are like menacingly like pointing it at us.
Right. It doesn't
wanna
take any
make sure
time
that-
for them to do that.
Right.
Carla,
So,
I understand. I felt the same, Carla.
so I'm going to roll my recon per your request. So then I will know whether or not I need to get my gun ready, essentially. Right? So let me get that and then press submit. Okay, so I rolled a 10 with a boon of 4.
I will let both you and Nicholas dive for cover and not be able to be shot this turn.
Okay.
Okay. Baxter, do you want to try any roll like that, or do you know that your recon is just terrible because you're on straight intellect?
I would be great intellect. I can absolutely roll it. I did say a moment ago that I'm drawing my pistol at least.
Okay. Your pistol's out, and then you can return fire because you already have pulled your pistol.
Okay.
Okay. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go down the dexterity, and I'd like people to tell me if they have a high dexterity or a low dexterity. The first shots are going to be that their entire vehicle is going to be shooting at a 8 dexterity.
I'm high.
And that's
I
the
have a higher
rating.
dex than that.
What was that?
My dexterity is higher than that.
Carla, what was that?
Am I looking at the top of the character sheet where it says dexterity and looking at the rating?
Yes.
Okay, I have a 6.
You have a 6. Okay. So, can we have Chris Gaines get his shot off? Because I believe he has the highest dex.
Yeah, I'm shooting at the driver.
Okay.
It's a 19.
That is really fucking good. Can you go to
Alright.
your...
He's like, the difficulty was actually just a 2. You didn't really need the additional 17.
we need to now get to your weapon.
It's
So-
5d6 plus 3 damage.
Yeah, 5d6 plus 3. Can you roll that?
Ugh, 15 points. That was a
Um,
terrible roll.
Yeah. The bullet is, well, the energy piece is going to hit the driver, and he is going to be stunned, but he is not dead or unconscious. But he is still not good. The other person who said they had above an 8 dex was?
Me. I have a 9.
Okay. So you successfully ducked this turn, but you want, what weapon are you going to draw? Grenade launcher is a problem now that you understand how the grenades really work, so it's not like you can steal the buggy if you kill them with the grenade launcher.
Sure, I will pull out my
Hint.
snub. I will pull out my snub pistol.
Okay. Now, they are going...
I'm not a fighter character.
Yes. They are going to do theirs, so I am going to... Oh.
It's sad. You build a character because you think you can do everything but fighting, and then there's lots of fighting.
Okay, and then...
This is game 3, and this is the first fight.
What do you mean? We fought the minors.
They weren't
Okay.
shooting back at us.
They shoot the anomaly, and the anomaly begins to... It kind of, as the bolt hits it, it essentially explodes into a powder of dust.
Okay, wow. Well, there goes that thing.
37 damage. So,
Wow.
yeah. That was their laser cannon on their little air raft.
Well,
yeah.
The Chronicle's over.
Am I anywhere? I would have been. I don't think I would have been anywhere super near it. But okay.
You're close enough, actually, because you're hiding in the dune near it.
I try to pay attention to how much is there, I guess.
Well, anyone who wants to do an investigation roll, I will let them do an investigation roll.
While in combat?
Because you're just glancing at this. It's what do you notice? Because it's essentially the recon of up close is investigation.
I tried to investigate, got a 5.
Where is investigate?
It's a skill you may have.
It's a skill. Oh, okay. I don't have it then.
Okay.
Can I do a straight intellect roll?
I will let you do a straight intellect roll.
Oh, well,
Ooh.
I'm going to do an intellect roll too.
Chris Gaines, do you want to do an intellect roll? Or an investigate? Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got a 10 with a boon of 6.
That Boon
I think that
Bane.
beats my 11 and a 1.
Yeah.
Stupid
Okay.
Boon Bane? I want to build a character that doesn't have a Bane.
You can't.
So, Rye, you realize that this is its defense mechanism, that as it's shot, all of its pieces essentially separate into dust.
Okay.
The problem is the dust is now like integrating with the sand.
I pick up sand and the dust at the same time, and hoping that I can fill in.
So you want to take your combat turn to be gathering dust of the creature.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're now on Nicholas can lost. Baxter gets his shot. That's where we're at because everyone else was underneath the cover. So Baxter, you can roll your shot.
Fair enough. And as a point, I have a dexterity of 7, so I would technically go before Carla, but no worries.
Okay.
So I'm using one of the guns that we got from the ship, but we never got a specific stat for that. Or was that just a normal gun?
No, it has actually the guns that is on Nicholas Winter's character sheet. I will be able to pull those up for you. So it is called Snub Pistol. It is going to be your firearm skill. The roll is a dexterity, and the damage is a D3 minus 3.
1d3 minus 3?
Three. So it is a 3 dice. So you roll 3 dice, and you minus 3 off the roll.
Oh. Is it 3d? Is it a d6 for
Yeah,
dive damage?
yeah. So essentially, you have 3d6 of damage, minus 3 off the end. So roll 3 dice, minus 3. The TL for if you're putting on your sheet is an 8, and the range is a 5. So you'll have some modifier for the distance, and the magazine is a 6. The real reason these are constantly on ships is they can't go through the hull. So you could shoot as clip after clip after clip in the hull, and it can't go through a hull.
Okay. Snub-nose pistol, dexterity based, 3d6 minus 3 for damage, TL 8, range 5, magazine 6.
Yes. And yeah, I'll let you hit even with that 8. I'll let you hit. You pack the guy who's driving, and now you've killed the driver, because with the 15 plus the 12, he's going to be dead. And
Nice shot.
Awesome.
as he falls over, the buggy turns, because he would have died on the wheel, and essentially all the guys are facing the wrong direction right now. Now we're on the next round, since they essentially were shook up by their vehicle being spun. So we are at it starts again with Chris, then Nicholas, then Baxter, then Rye. So, Chris, what would you like to do?
Chris is shooting the other guy in the front seat.
Okay. Do you have a weapon listing too, right? Where you can just click the weapon?
Yes, I figured out which part of it to click. Yeah, another 19 to hit.
Okay, and a damage 18. Okay, what type of things would you like to do? With that 19 shot, I'm going to give you a lot. And it's a Boonbane 5. Are you trying to just snipe them as quick as you can? Are you going to try to get them out of the buggy so you can take it? Okay, describe to me what you'd like to do.
I'm trying to disable them individually so that we can take the buggy. I figure by shoot the driver, and now the driver's gone, so the buggy spun out. So the guy next to him is going to dive on the wheel, so I'm going to shoot him, so make somebody from the back seat try to take control of the vehicle, and just hopefully not kill them all.
Right. The guy who was next to him didn't have armor, so he's going to be knocked unconscious on an 18.
Yeah.
Okay. We're now on Nicholas. You can shoot your snub nose.
How many people are left in there?
There's one unconscious person and 2 other people.
I'll take the one who's closest to the wheel. Who's
the unconscious one?
Not including the unconscious guy.
That is the one closest to the wheel.
The next closest
is a corpse. There's 2 people up front. There's 2 people in the back.
Correct. So I mean, not the dead person, not the unconscious person, the next closest person in the back is what I mean. To the wheel.
So the back left.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just roll. That's why I'm not so good at this.
No, it's enough to actually get there. The bullet gets there, and it hits the guy in a helmet, and his helmet takes some damage, but it's not enough to actually pierce his armor. Now, we are on Rye. Rye, do you want to pull up your sniper rifle?
I thought Baxter was next.
Oh yeah, Baxter's next. No, wait. I guess yes, Baxter's next. We were out of shots, I think, last time. So Baxter, shoot.
Yep. Shooting again at the same guy that Josh's character just shot at.
Okay.
Can I say something snarky, or would you prefer no talking during combat?
You could talk. This guy is now like completely taking cover because Baxter's he got hit in the helmet and he's like, "What was that?" And he like turns and he gets hit again in the helmet, so he starts ducking under the seat because both of you guys are not causing enough damage to go past his armor.
So what I would have said before the shot is, I would have said, Chris, that shot is almost as nice as yours.
Sure. Yeah. Keep up the good work.
Now, Rye. Sniper
All
rifle.
right, so what is their distance from us?
You will easily be able to hit them with your sniper rifle.
Well, I was thinking of not shooting. I was thinking, are they close enough for me to like run and like hop into it?
I would say it would take you, if you spent all your action this turn, next turn you can spend half your actions to get on the vehicle. So you could just run straight at it right now with no actions. Next turn you would be on the vehicle with only able to do a minor. So like you could shoot a handgun.
So then I don't have a handgun, so I'll just go ahead and I'll use...
Well, you have a knife, right?
No, you didn't give me one.
I have a knife.
You just have the sniper rifle. Yeah, you only had one weapon.
Yeah, I just have it. Yeah, and I have 5 shots in my magazine. So what I'll do is, I think I click on here. I'll shoot, and see what happens. I am going to aim at the most visible active participant on the raft, I guess.
Okay, the farthest back guy.
The other guy who can shoot it, I guess.
Yeah, he takes a bullet in the chest. He is not unconscious, but he is wounded.
Okay.
Okay.
Carla, the reason why I have weapons is because through my rolling, it gave me weapons.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's how she got her sniper rifle. Yeah.
No, I wasn't. No, I was just explaining to her about the. Never mind.
Oh yeah, no, I was present during the character creation.
So, the guy who you just shot jumps out of the vehicle and tries to get to a dune, but is not doing so well. The guy who took 2 in his helmet is going to throw a grenade in your guys' general direction.
All right, so then I'm going to try to see if I know where it's going.
Okay. I believe there's a grenade skill. And if you don't have... I think he does have it, because he has a grenade launcher. It is... I don't know. We will do it as a heavy weapons roll. If you don't have a heavy weapons roll, you can roll a dexterity, and it'll let you know exactly where it's going.
Okay,
I'll try for that roll.
Okay.
I've got a
Rhinos,
roll of a 7 and Bane a 2.
Baxter knows. Essentially, 5 is the you don't know.
Okay, so we all know kind of where it's going.
I wanted to give Chris Gaines a chance to see it. Yeah, he sees it too.
Sorry.
No worries. Okay, you guys see where it is. Do you guys want to take your turn to avoid it? Someone could try to shoot it out of the air.
Yes, I want to try to shoot out of the air.
That's a ridiculous, awesome rule.
Okay. Everyone else is presumably going to run away while he's shooting it out of the air.
If we believe that we're going to be in the radius of it, then yes.
Yeah, you guys are all standing next to one another pretty much.
Yeah, I see Chris and his feisty eyes.
Okay. Everyone can roll an athletics or strength to get out of the way of the blast radius, and then we're going to have Chris do the shot. Because you all would have moved before Chris actually pulls the trigger.
Yeah.
Interesting. So he may actually shoot it closer to wherever we're running. Huh?
No, it's going to blow up if he hits it in midair.
Athletics or what?
Strength.
My strength is terrible.
Baxter's
So,
fine. 6 is the number, by the way. Nicholas
my
does
goal,
not make it.
Patrick, is if I see
Rye does
if I
not
see
make
it coming in.
Yep.
So my goal is if I see it coming in, to roll to the other side of the rover that we're on.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting on it. I'm going to jump to the other side of wherever I think the grenade's going.
Not a problem. But Chris does actually blow it up in midair with an attack of 20.
Ooh, that was a hell of a roll.
If you had a great Boon Bane, by the way, I was actually going to have it flick back to them. But at your Boon Bane one, it just blows up in midair.
Well, I'm glad it didn't because we want to use the raft.
Yeah. So, the guy who had the helmet that got shot twice, who just threw the grenade, is kind of a little spellbound that you guys blew it out of midair. The other guy is being covered by dunes, and then you have a dying guy and a dead guy.
Okay.
So I'm going to say stop if you don't want to be dead.
Are people going to stop shooting them?
Well, people may not stop. I don't know if people are going to stop, but it's good if they're going to stop.
Yeah, if they stop.
Well, it's your guys' initiative. You guys can choose to keep shooting or not.
Chris is just going to sight the next one and not pull the trigger. Go ahead, drop your weapons, or the next one's between your eyes.
I want to roll to decide how smart the words are that come out of my mouth.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll a social because I want to try to convince the guy who just had his helmet dinged to be like, hey, like, we're cool. You guys were coming at us. Would like your help. Kind of. So I'm going to let my social roll see how well that goes. Cool. I got a 10 and a 6.
Okay. We can't believe what you're saying. You must be one of them. But they're talking now, and they're not shooting. They did say that, instead of just keep throwing grenades.
Is it just me, or does it sound like he's I can't hear all of his words?
No, it broke up for me too. One of who?
Okay, he said you must be one of them.
One of who?
Them.
I'm gonna start moving towards them, and said, I wouldn't bet on that, but I'm going to move towards them, covering them with my gun.
Are you one of Isaac's boys?
Who the hell's Isaac? And the unconscious guy is going to be waking up, but he is still really fucked up.
Come on, out of the vehicle.
The guy who just woke up is going to try to drive away.
Oh, was the
hell
driver?
no.
No, he's just putting his foot on like the pedal.
Shoot him.
Oh, he's paced at a 20 fucking 8. Actually, with that Boon Bane, yeah, no, they're all dead. That is you shot at 28. No, they're dead. There is no longer living people.
With a laser, just one.
He essentially shoots through the armor. Okay, the thing is, that's enough damage to kill the armored guy and the wounded guy.
Chris blows on his barrel. I'm just that good, baby.
Yep. So it stops, and
what about the guy who's on the dune?
Yeah, the guy. Yes, you're right. The guy in the dune. He's there. He's not dead yet, but he's not doing great. And you just killed all his friends.
Him in the head.
Wait, why are we shooting him when we can ask him questions? Like, we could ask him questions.
Go ask him questions. Then go ask him questions. I'm gonna go kick out these dead bodies and check to see what I can find in here.
You have to kill him, or he's gonna try to shoot you guys.
Is he still holding his weapon?
Yeah, behind the dune.
So I'll crawl over to the dune. Throw your weapon over, and you can survive this.
You just killed everybody. Why would I believe that?
We only killed him because he was aggressing. We gave people a chance not to.
It's because
Also, if he was on the other side of the dune, he didn't see he couldn't see that they both got shot.
What does advocate do?
What's advocate? It's a lawyer. You're able to understand legal proceedings and things like that.
So am I able to like advocate and be like, dude, put your gun away because you came at us and
You do have a persuade skill.
I do have a persuade skill. Okay, let me find
Oh,
persuade.
so do I.
I don't.
It's
Okay. It's in a weird spot. Okay, I'll use persuade.
Okay.
I guess instead.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're in certain orders.
Alphabetical.
Yeah. They're all alphabetical unless it's a specialty.
Ah.
Okay.
He's like,
Boom, bang.
here's what I'll do. I'll leave, and I won't shoot. In exchange, you guys won't shoot me as I walk away.
I would also like to attempt to persuade him. I'd like to talk to you. Otherwise, otherwise we can't have a threat behind our backs. Can I roll a persuade on that?
Yeah, it's gonna be harder though
Chris,
because
you're typing.
Yeah. I'll let you try. If you blow it out of the water, something's gonna change. If you just get a good roll, it's not gonna change.
I don't think I got better.
Yeah, it's not that great. You got a 9.4, which was better than hers, but it wasn't like, oh my god, that was great.
Chris is walking out in the open with his weapon drawn down, heading straight
at the idiot. Okay,
straight at it.
Chris, are you just gonna kill the idiot?
This
No,
is
I'm
your
gonna
last
go.
chance for survival.
I'm gonna go disarm him.
Okay, he's gonna try to shoot you before
out
that.
The other direction.
Michael, you're gonna have to get, or Steinbach, you're gonna have to get closer to the microphone.
Also, I thought
Flank out
Steinbach
the
would be
direction.
the talky guy.
So he is going to try to shoot you, and I'm just going to use the Baxter little pop gun. So for the mechanic. Baxter, can you just go to your combat? For some reason I can't click on it.
Sure. You just want me to roll it as though we should
Yeah.
be shooting?
I got that though.
Boonbane a 1.
He actually is going to hit you, Chris.
It doesn't pin my armor.
It doesn't pin your armor though. So like the bullet just goes ting, and now you're gonna blow him up.
I'm gonna shoot his weapon.
Okay, we're looking then
Jeez,
at a.
That's crazy good.
You want a 16 or better to shoot the gun out of his hand.
Oh my god!
Nope.
First roll below a 16. Rolled a 2 and a 1. I still got a 15.
And with
you
25
roll off his
damage,
hand instead?
you get the gun blown out of his hand by blowing off his arm.
I said I'd disarm him.
I feel like we're the sort of crew where we'd all laugh at that.
Yeah. So, you guys are going to murder Hobo and search the bodies?
That's what I'm doing by going
his arm is
into
off and he's still alive?
No,
Is
he's
his arm
dead.
off and
He's
still
dead. He got 25 damage.
Okay.
28 damage killed 2 of them.
So, my goal was already to get to the raft and essentially toss these guys out of the raft so they can check out the bodies. I'm checking the raft.
Okay. On the raft, there is a GPS and a pattern of where they came from.
On the vehicle itself.
Yes.
Okay. Or am I able to interpret? Or let me see.
It's obvious. No roll.
Oh, it's obvious. Okay.
It is seriously like you're looking at like a little car GPS and it's showing the little path they did to get here.
Oh, okay.
They definitely
hey guys.
were looking for this area.
But not us.
You don't know. Was this the information that was gotten from Yeah, from Baxter sending the message out. It could be that. It could be they intercepted the message. It could be that guy told them, hey, there's some dude out in the desert. You don't know. But you do know where they came from. And it's a city. Or a town.
Hey guys, there's a GPS on here, and it looks like we can figure out where they came from.
Do we want to go back to that particular town where people are going to recognize this vehicle, perhaps, or maybe their gang is going to notice them? Do they have any devices that we can hack? There. Do they have any? Do they have any like electronic devices that we can hack, like to like open up and find out if there's any information there?
They have like general communicators. They don't have like personal computers.
Boo! You didn't want us to know anything. Okay. What do you want to do?
The body.
Okay. So, in looting the body, there is 4 snub guns. There is 1 laser rifle. And all the armor's pretty much been blown to pieces. But there is like almost 5 gallons of water in the back of the vehicle.
The right person got the water.
Does anybody else want this laser rifle?
I've got Ma Deuce here. I'm good.
So Baxter is the one who's searching the bodies. Does he tell us that he's getting these things?
Yes.
Okay, I want that laser rifle or what laser pistol thing or whatever.
Don't you have a sniper rifle?
Yes, but the ammo's hard.
I see.
Yes. So
okay, so you can have it. Have a good time.
Okay, so you want the laser rifle stats?
Yeah. Well, I can get that later. I'll type in laser rifle, and then if I need it, I'll get it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the clips and spare ammo from the subnose.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to figure out how to hook up the skimmer to our rover and make it tow the rover.
You easily could put the rover in the back seat, and people can still sit on top of the rover.
Oh, sweet! Yeah,
you can do it kind of like Beverly Hillbillies style, where you have like seats in the back of the seats.
Does the robot look like it's coming back together?
No.
Well, it's in my bag, so...
Yeah, she just has a bag of partially metallic sand.
How much metallic sand is left on the sand? Is there more stuff there, or she got all of it?
She got some of it, but then it began to start sifting down.
Oh, well. Had I known that, I probably wouldn't have... Crap. I would have made sure that I tried to get all of it.
I think you were in the heat of combat.
Okay.
Chris, do you want to see if you can talk it back into one piece?
Robot, you can return to your previous form.
I make sure that the bag is fully open and available to be near its missing pieces.
There is not seemingly any response from the metallic sand.
Can we roll anything to... I mean, so you're saying the other pieces are gone and they're irretrievable. Like, we couldn't pick up, like, twice as much sand and get the other pieces.
You can start digging if you want to wonder how deep it's gone.
I'm next.
Okay. You're now.
I'll let him go.
I'm going to attempt to feel safe as much as possible. Calm, cool, collected, as though there is not a problem. Things seem to respond to emotions earlier.
Okay. I will let you... Let me think. I will let you do a endurance to feel calm.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna like high five Chris and be like, "Damn, man, look at that arm! I mean, no arm."
Disarmed.
Baxter feels better that he's calm, but there is no response from the sand.
So, Patrick, do all of our characters understand about the empathic ability of the robot? Because I know we spoke about it afterwards, but I don't know that my character understands that.
It was a guess you guys had. You guys have no proof of it.
True.
Robot, are you capable of responding?
There's no response.
Sure, I'll attempt to try and dig and see what I see. What role is that?
It is going to be a strength roll.
Great, that's one of my worst attributes.
Oh no!
Maybe you'll get a great boon bane.
Oh, baby!
Okay.
Oh,
9 with a 6 boon bane.
Look at you! You really want to find that shit.
You find double the. You find enough to get as much sand as Rye did, of the black sand.
Okay, if we can't get it back together, this is the best that I can do. Also, I'm pretty tired from digging in the sand.
I'm assuming you're putting it in my bag.
Well, if you're tired of digging in the sand, we got plenty of water for you.
So, guys, what do you want to do in terms of we don't know how to make it recorporalize, but we do know where a settlement is, but we don't know if we should be going to the settlement. What do you all think?
Chris takes his helmet off, wipes the sweat off his face, and touches the robot. You can interface with me if that'll help.
Okay. You do those things.
Yep, I got nothing, guys. Try to get this thing in the skimmer and let's go raid this town.
Raid?
Yeah, it's a hostile settlement.
In the direction that the robot was.
Is there a map? Does it have a map that shows? I mean, since it has a GPS, does it have any information about other settlements besides where it came from?
Yes, there are 0 settlements. There is one settlement, just like Baxter was told on the radio.
Is it in the same direction of where we were walking?
It is essentially to the southwest of where you were walking. Can anyone give me an admin roll to piece together a little bit more of the story here?
Sure, I'm good with that.
I cannot.
Okay, let's see what happens.
And let's see Rise.
Let's see skills.
Okay,
I rolled
Admin.
Chris got a great one on the
Rolling.
You can roll
right
it.
now.
I'll do it.
Rye got a great boon bane. Let's just see what Nicholas's is before we kind of go a little farther. Okay, Nicholas figures it out with that 5.
Boon bane of 5.
So essentially, the report that Baxter sent out saying, "Come get me," whoever that was told the local police, "Hey, there's a guy out there." The local police were jumped by bandits. And they stole their stuff to now go find you and jump you. The town is probably safe because that's where the police came from.
But if we go back in a police car, it's going to look like we jumped them.
We take the bodies with the stolen uniforms and stuff. We try to recover the bodies of the police on our way if we can.
Yeah. That sounds a lot better than raiding the place that we weren't sure of.
That sounds like a good idea. I like it. I like it a lot.
There's nothing wrong with raiding a place if it needs it.
Raid.
I was thinking that too, by the way. Okay, so you guys put the bodies in the back. I guess the front.
I'd like to find out if there's another separate bag, a random bag that I could put the dirt or the sand and the metal pieces in separately from all the stuff that I have.
Okay, there is a jack kind of quick repair kit in the back of the vehicle. You can
I dump all the shit out all the stuff out of it.
And you can put the stuff in the box.
Yep.
Okay. So, you guys are in the vehicle. Who wants to try to drive it?
I can drive it. This is what I built my character for. Immediately, everyone dies, but I'm ready to roll it.
Okay.
What?
No, I'm just saying I built the character so I could drive stuff, and I'm gonna roll a 3 and a Boonbane 1. He's like, you killed everybody. The party dies.
Oh no.
So is this drive? Is it flyer? I know it's not astrogation.
It is a drive.
Or is it navigation?
It is not navigation at all. It's a drive. You could drive. So you're able to make a fairly safe drive. It's important to note, though, the people in the front seat are going to have to sit on the corpses. There's no storage.
I'm gonna have a body. I'll hang out in the back with a body on top of.
Okay. So
Can we put the bodies in our rover that's following behind us?
No, the rover is laying on the back seat. You guys were going to stand on the top of the rover. There isn't any more space other than putting corpses on the bottom of the front seats. If you look at the little raft picture, you're going to be floating off the air. You can't just be... It'd be like tying a can to a car trying to put the rover on the back of it.
Well, there's 3 seats available in the front.
Yeah. What was that?
I said that there's 3 seats in the front. So if the buggy is on the back, then I'll sit on the top of the buggy with my sniper rifle, looking out ahead of us, to the left, to the right of us as we're traveling, so that nothing can pick up on it.
Okay, Baxter, what did you say?
I thought it was going to be behind us U-Haul style rather than actually sitting in the back seat.
No, it is Beverly Hillbilly style. You guys are on the chairs on top of the back of the...
Gotcha.
Huh. I wish I had prioritized dexterity as a driver. I mean, my dexterity is really not bad, is the truth. It's really not bad.
I love when the driver says that. It's like when I was talking to my dad once. He's like, I'm blind in my left eye. I'm like, why are you driving right now?
I mean, to be fair, my dexterity is a 9. That's pretty good.
So, long and the short, if you're going to keep all the bodies, someone's going to be sitting on corpses.
Yeah, this is just like the time that we had to jump in of that planet and quadrant.
I'll sit on the corpse. I don't care. My character's nonplussed by this sort of stuff.
You guys might try to look for duct tape. Maybe you can duct tape the corpses to the sides of it or something.
What? No.
Okay.
Well, I'm not. I mean, you guys.
Sure. Okay. Sure. What's that roll? I'll roll that.
Okay, I will let you do an investigation to find duct tape.
Streetwise?
An investigation
Recon?
or intellect to find duct tape.
Intellect as it is.
And Kolb started something real cool that I want to follow up on, so I want to go back to that after.
Okay, Kolb, what's up? You find no duct tape.
No.
It just reminds me of that time that we had to go in hot in our planet side raid in quadrant 3112. We took so many casualties, we were packing them back in the lifts on our way back up.
I remember that. I thought it was 3113 though.
No, 3113. That was that was when we were on the escort duty. That was boring. 3112. That's where it was hot. That's
All
what I'm
right,
talking-
that's. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I had that wrong.
It's all right. I knew you
Yeah,
were
that was.
doing too much paperwork to remember, probably.
Yeah, it was about 6 months before I got out. So,
You got short timer syndrome.
I suppose so.
Now, you guys have a choice. You guys can drive the roads back, which will take you 2 hours to get to the town, or you can try to drive over the dunes, which will take you 30 minutes, but a harder roll.
It's up to the driver. Dealer's
Yeah,
choice.
I'm not making. I don't know.
I prefer to do how much harder of a roll. I'm listening.
You don't know. You haven't driven the dunes.
I'm gonna take the dunes. I don't. If someone got hijacked on the way there, I'd prefer not to take the straight path.
Okay. I'd like you to do 2 drive rolls.
Am I able to help at all with pilot
No. Piloting is only spacecraft.
spacecraft? Oh, okay, that's why he has a distinct
Oh!
driver type thing.
There
You're
we
fine.
go on the first.
You don't even need the
Don't
second
make me
roll.
roll.
You don't even need the second roll.
There we go.
He dives in and out of the dunes perfectly. You guys, in a matter of with that type of roll, in 15 minutes, you guys begin to see the
my
outskirts
gosh,
of the city.
Right? Okay, I'm like holding on. Is that what?
Okay, and now I feel like maybe I built the character pretty good. Now I feel good.
Okay. This is the general layout of the city.
Which way are we coming in from?
You guys are coming in from
Bottom
the
left.
well, you would be actually coming in from the upper right because it was south west of you was the direction you were going.
Got it. Okay, so with my sniper rifle, I'm gonna recon.
Okay. Roll your recon.
The right screen. Okay, so I've got a roll of 7 with a boon bane of 6.
So, you don't see a ton of people, like maybe 15, 20 from this direction, but you do see a person in the uniform of the dead guys, and with your recon, you can tell this guy was not shot. This is actually like probably an official kind of person.
All right, guys. So we've got about 15 people or so visible. One of which looks like it's one of the guys who would normally wear these uniforms, but it's in good condition.
Okay, so do you want me to drive us up to that person? And if so, who's going to do the talking?
Not.
Did you say not it?
Yep, not it.
Okay, I can attempt to use my advocacy to speak to somebody.
Michael, I thought you were the talker guy.
Well, I'm the shooter guy.
No,
that's
sorry.
the other Michael. We can't hear
Sorry,
you,
I realized
Steinbach.
that was my
Steinbach.
mistake because you're both talkers. I mean, sorry, you're both Michael. I meant Michael Steinbach.
He's working on audio.
Okay. On the background, you guys
No, we
should know.
can't hear you, Michael. I can see the video of Michael. He was trying to. Yeah.
So on the background that you're currently seeing, which should the red square is the person who is dressed like a constable.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Do you have talking skills?
I have some talking skills, and I want to say, Carla, that I got I think I got a +5 on my advocacy. I don't know how that necessarily stacks up with yours, but
Okay, let me look. Let's see. Patrick, I'm not sure how to read my advocacy. It's listed as a skill, but not a specialty.
Yeah, advocate. You have a 1.
Well, there you go, Steinbach. I have a 1.
okay.
So the question is your character? Are we letting everyone go to their specialties, or would your character prefer to talk anyway? Like sometimes you're not good at the best at something, but you want to do it anyway.
I can like back him up, but I'm not gonna.
I'm a decent talker. I can give him the first go.
Sounds good. I'll pull us in slow.
Okay.
I'll maintain my vantage point on top with my sniper rifle, but not pointing at anything.
Okay. You guys are with your sniper rifle though. Like you're still like you pulled the scope off and are looking ahead, I imagine.
Oh. Okay, yeah. If that's the case, yes. My scope is what I'm using to look at stuff, not not attached in a menacing way,
right.
In which I would presume that would not be.
So you're seeing the constable person lifting something, but he's lifting it to his face.
I will. We are 400 feet away.
Yeah, about.
Okay. I will raise up my right arm as though attempting to wave from the passenger seat, front seat, and go. Excuse me, we're looking for the local constabulary.
Okay. By the way, this constabulary person is a woman. She has blonde hair, and she's like, she kind of screams ahead. You all seem pretty well armed. Do you mind putting away and kind of maybe getting out of the buggy with the laser cannon?
I'll attempt to gesture with my other arm to my friends to hey, put the guns down kind of thing. And then I'll actually can Mr. Driver Man, Nicholas.
Yes, sir.
Actually, can you stop it here, and I'll approach on foot so that I can talk to her without having to scream in the distance.
I'm gonna stop a little shortly, like a little, not like crazy. I'm not gonna stomp on the brakes, but a little short.
Like on the map, how short? Like on that dune in front of them?
No. I mean, when I say short, I mean I'm braking a little faster than is nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
but how far back are you going to stop? Is my question.
Wherever he wanted me to stop, wherever Michael said I should stop.
Michael, can you put a little drawing or something on the map?
So if we were 400 feet away, then it's probably 300 feet away by the time we get it stopped.
Okay.
So
I'm going to mark where the buggy is as a blue box.
So after I stop it a little shortly, and I'm like
a gray box.
And I say to him, I hope that was so I'm stopping with like a little bit of a jerk, and I'm like, I hope I stopped fast enough for you. And I look back at you and I roll my eyes.
That's fine. That's just as well as I expect you to do.
Don't walk in front of the car. I might run you over by accident.
I snicker very loudly.
You're saying this loud enough for her to hear?
No, aren't we 300 feet away?
She just screamed can you guys put down your guns? And then
Yeah, she
So,
screamed.
no.
Okay.
No, we're saying this in a conversational manner, so only the four of us could hear.
Okay.
I assumed he was teasing at me and I was teasing back. Not that
Exactly.
we were
Yeah.
loud enough for me.
Yeah, we're not screaming it out. It's just
So
So I'm going to start walking towards her, and I'm going to have my hands, kind of spread, not raised above my head, but spread wide, so she can clearly see that my palms are open and empty.
Okay.
Excuse me, miss. I apologize for the way we came up on you. A group of, I believe, the other workers such as yourself came out. They appear to have been ambushed by another group. That group attempted to kill us. We brought back at least the bodies of the villains in this case, approach in such an unusual manner.
Okay. I'll let you roll either admin, persuade, or advocate.
Advocate is slightly better, so I'll go with that. Although my persuade is just 2 points lower.
Okay, so she believes you, but she doesn't trust you.
Sure.
So I'm Deputy Patton here, and while I'm happy you brought back our vehicle and you brought back the bandits that were in it, this town doesn't let people carry ammunition.
Oh, understandable for a small town like this. I completely understand, and I would not at all want my friends or I to be in violation of local statutes.
We don't need to take your weapons, but we can store your ammunition in a locker right here that you and your people can open at any time.
I'm going. How would I like roll to see if I believe her?
I like that.
Let's see what kind of skill that might be.
I mean, I've got social.
Ooh, athletics.
Language, but that's
There's a deception skill that you can see when people are lying.
I don't have deception.
I would allow admin. Does this seem like an appropriate kind of rule for this area as well as advocate? Does this seem like she's talking out of her ass, or does this seem like a law that might happen in some backwater town?
I got a 4 and a 4.
This seems like a law that may happen. The fact that they let you go and get your bullets back without having to have another person involved sounds like, in case there's an attack or something, people can go and pick up their bullets, but they don't want like random bar fights turning into mass murder.
All right, so I raise my hand and I say, "Hello, Patton, Rye." I start getting my magazines together, and I move forward to get, I guess, whatever key.
It's a thumbprint.
Thumbprint. Okay, thumbprint. And I move forward into the area with both the bags that I currently have.
Okay.
Wait, Carla, what'd you say? I'm sorry, I missed you. It cut out before like the last 10 seconds.
Oh, sure. Essentially, what I'm doing is I'm believing that she's, above the law and what she's talking about is cool. And I want to go into the town, so I'm getting all my magazines together. And I'm giving it to the person who's going to hold it. I'm going to put my thumb on the key thing, and then I'm going to start walking into town. And I'll just... my goal will be to kind of familiarize myself with the place.
Okay.
Wait, can I send a message to Steinbach's character, to Baxter, since he's still talking to her, and ask if we should tell her that we saw the route which it came at, in case the bodies of her coworkers are there, that we can let her know, but we thought that it might not be safe.
Tom through the back suit might allow that.
I'm saying, like, do with that what you will. I just thought maybe you might want to keep that in your head if you want to talk to her about that.
So has everybody started to hand over their ammunition yet?
I'm still in the vehicle. This is a message that I'm sending to someone else.
Rye walked up and turned in her ammo.
And I would have relayed that statement to you guys via the comms in the suits, so that way Rye would know what to do.
Chris gets out of the vehicle. He walks up with his rifle at the low ready, pops out the power pack, and hands it over, making a show of removing the power pack from his weapon.
Okay. She opens up one of the lockers and puts it in. Would you be so kind as to put your thumb so you can access your ammunition if you leave?
Of course.
Is Baxter going to tell Deputy Patton anything that was communicated to him by Nicholas?
Yes. My compatriot did point out that the nav logs of the rover were still intact when we got it. So it's possible that somewhere along that path is where they had to be. Your compatriots had to be attacked by these bandits. So perhaps the bodies are still there, or if there are more of these bandits than just this group, perhaps the rest of their number could be found somewhere along that path.
While that's probably true, we no longer have enough of the local town police to be able to go and route up against those. So I think I'm going to have to wait till we get more people in who are willing to have that kind of responsibility. But you can have your friend bring the buggy over.
All right then. And then on the comms I'll say, hey, keep forgetting your character's name. Hey, Nicholas, you can bring in the rover now.
How close is he standing to her? Can I tap him with the buggy? Is that possible?
You can try a ride roll. A drive roll.
Is he like 10 feet from her, or is he like 2 feet from her?
It's like 5 feet, conversational distance.
Okay, I don't think I can tap it. I think that's pushing it, considering I'm not a crazy great driver. I'm gonna do it anyway. It worked.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, so I sideswipe him a little bit, and I'm like, "Sorry, this thing's got bad brakes. I guess somebody else should be driving." And then I smile at him with like a huge shit-eating grin.
I'm absolutely certain that the brakes have gone bad on that one.
It worked. It's the sand, the sand.
So it does appear that I've got actually a little sand in my eye, and I'll do that thing where I go to rub my eye, but I use my middle finger to do it.
Wish I was there to see that.
Okay.
I get on. I get on. I pat him on the back.
So Rye has gotten a general layout of the town, and I've now put names on all the locations that are the key locations. Chris, do you have anything you want to do?
I just want a good cup of coffee.
Turned in ammo, and then I'm gonna get in the vehicle, and I'm gonna make sure that, we're turning the vehicle over so to make sure that when we unload our stuff, that the robot's coming out and kind of out of sight.
Robot's in the bag that I'm carrying with dirt, sand, and pieces of it. So
I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah.
You'll have to
we're gonna go.
locate me.
It's in a box, in a bag, on her back. Because Rye made a point where she took out a... Hi. Can anyone hear me? No, where is this?
Babe.
Hi. Okay. Can people hear me?
There,
now?
whoa. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why everyone got so quiet all of a sudden. I'm gonna leave the.
Yeah, I can barely hear Josh.
Yeah.
Test.
You're good.
We're all good.
Stable.
Okay.
I will stay back and answer any questions that the deputy has for us, and then later calm the people to see where they're at.
Okay. The comms, by the way, are going to eventually be disrupted from massive distance because this is all stone. If you're like, so if someone's at like the bar, you would not be able to hear them from the shops.
Okay.
But it's not ludicrously big. It's a pretty small town, as you can tell.
Well, if no one else has anything for Chris, he is making his way over to said bar.
Okay. Presumably most of the characters want to go to the bar. You guys haven't had like actual real refreshments and not just nutrient bars and stuff for a while.
Yeah, I specifically looking for a good cup of coffee.
Okay.
That sounds reasonable to me.
Now, the bar is called the Tin Dragon.
There are dragons in this world, huh?
Okay. Now, the bar is run by a robot that is pouring all the drinks as it slides back and forth on that bar area. There seems to be a majority of the town here now because it is after working time, and there's about 45 people in the entirety of the town. It looks very much like you're seeing the picture where there's like weird vents and stuff everywhere, and the tables are kind of organized, and it's all like a corrugated metal floor, and you see weird power conduits and cables everywhere.
Do we have money on us?
We have our money. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys have all the money that wouldn't be like credit, so you guys have like easily enough to eat and drink. But like this is now a key time that you guys might actually want to connect your phones basically to the network, so you can actually start accessing again your full finances and like the greater internet of the world.
Okay. How much would I have carried on me though without having to do that?
I would easily say 200-300 credits.
Okay, I'm going to put that in my inventory. I'm going to put 300 credits as cash on hand.
Yeah.
Okay. I do not connect to the internet or whatever.
Okay.
So do I just hit up the robot and say, "Hey, I want some coffee"?
Yeah. You walk on up.
Hey, I want some coffee.
Do you want real coffee or do you want coffee flavor?
What's the price difference?
Coffee flavor is but 1 credit. Real coffee is 13 credits.
I'll take the real coffee.
Absolutely. And his hand comes up and becomes like a little grinder, and it like grinds and like pours it into this little thing, and then he puts some hot water into it, and then he filters it through the next part of his hand, and then he hands you the filtered cup of coffee as it is warm.
All right. Thank you.
It is our pleasure. Please deposit credits. And he like puts out a little slot.
Alrighty, so here you go, I guess. And then I get my change or something.
Yeah, you pay exact.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to go sit into like a private area? Or are you going to just try to mingle with the people?
Let me look at the picture of this place, I guess. Well, I want to look around and see if there's anybody around that is specifically catching my eye. Like a handsome guy or something.
Okay.
So would I roll like a social?
Yeah, I'll let you roll social.
Okay. There we go. 11-2.
11-2. Okay. Give me just a moment. You see this guy.
Aiden Roth.
Yep.
Okay. I sit kind of near him-ish, but not totally, like, looking his way, just kind of near.
Okay.
And that's it. Other people can do their things in the bar.
Okay. Baxter, do you want to do anything currently in the bar? Can Baxter be heard? No.
I don't know.
I can't hear
Michael
him.
Steinbach, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
So then we will go to Nicholas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and try and talk some people up. I want to use my carouse skill.
Okay.
Maybe even use some streetwise to see if I can talk with some kind of underworld contacts.
Okay, which of the two are you going to roll?
I think I'll start out carousing, and then
Because it's like you're going to be doing one for the scene. You can't be like, hey, everyone, I'm the great guy. By the way, who sells drugs?
I guess other people have carouse. I guess I'll do the streetwise, even though I'm not super streetwisey, but I'll try it.
Okay. What'd you get?
But I think I rolled pretty decently.
Yeah. 11-6.
11-6. Okay. You're going to see this guy.
Preston Fry.
And Preston Fry, you notice he is keeping his work welding torch, and he keeps it around like a weapon, but because it's a work tool, they can't take it away.
Ah, wise.
And he's sitting there drinking some blue kind of drink.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up to him. I guess I could still carouse with him. I'm like, hey, how you doing?
It's bad as normal. Never seen you before.
Yeah, just popped into town.
Nobody pops into Endpoint. What side you on?
So can I get a roll to know what sides there are?
I will let you do a pure intellect roll.
Oh, baby. Because I'm well suited for this, it means it's probably not going to go well. Oh, no, okay, not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
Essentially, it would either be you're part of the Imperium, you're part of the Grand Duchy, or you're a company man.
Company being the army?
No.
The
Company
company
being...
he works for.
Yeah, people who are trying to make some profit out of this area.
And he's a company man?
You don't know. That wasn't the role. It was what he was talking about.
Can I roll to try and ascertain which way I feel he leans?
I'll let you do that with a persuade.
Persuade.
If you don't have it, it's a social.
I did 12 and 4 Boon Bane.
Yeah. He was Imperium. You can kind of tell that he had, that necklace around his neck is actually like a military dog tag.
I'll say, okay, so I'll be like, I was in the Imperial military, but gotta watch out for yourself, gotta, numero uno, you understand what I'm saying?
I understand some people need to do that. What'd you come here for, though?
I came here. We thought we were supposed to come to the. This is out of character. We were supposed to be coming to the system originally, right? That was the plan.
You were on the run from the pirates.
Oh, we were just on the run.
Yes.
Well, Actually, I wasn't originally planning on stopping here. Do you know if there's any ships planning to come in anytime soon?
Ships come once a month. You got to get another 2 weeks.
Fair enough.
But most of the ships are here just to drop off gear so people can strip the other ships and put up what we find. It's not a lot of people who come just to visit.
Yeah.
After all the accidents.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm just looking for some additional information. Can I buy you a drink?
Sure. Always have another drink. How about you have your friend come by?
Kolb is back. Which friend is he pointing at?
He's pointing to Rye because Rye's the other one who's looked around the room.
Isn't Rye drinking with somebody else? Or she's drinking
no. She said that she was looking, but she is busy right now. So if you want, Chris can go and talk to him with you.
Was Chris interested in carousing?
Yeah.
Okay. So Preston Fry is the person that he's currently talking to. The guy has a big kind of welding blowtorch that he's able to keep because it's a tool and not a weapon, so to speak. One of the things that you notice is his dog tags are an Imperial Army.
Where'd you serve?
Wait, Patrick, did I misunderstand you when you said about how he used to be with the Imperials? Did I misunderstand that?
No. He's obviously not in a uniform.
Sorry,
Where'd I
Pat.
serve? Served right here on the border, man. 10 years.
Ooh, that's a rough pull.
Did my part, but after all the shit that happened here, ships falling from the sky, all here for some stupid fucking beacon shit.
Beacon, huh?
You heard the shit about the beacon, right?
Nah, enlighten me.
So, Imperium, they hear this weird beacon coming from Endpoint. All the scientists say, oh my gosh, new discoveries. They go off, they get a whole flotilla of ships to fly it over here. Meanwhile, all Stoner's been doing is shitting mines out here for the last 6 months. We drop on out here, and all of a sudden, we jump in, mines are flying back and forth, Stoner ships are shooting everybody, all here because of this stupid damn signal.
Those are stoner mines, huh?
Well, they ain't our mines. Stoner people say they're ours.
Yeah, likely excuse. Let me buy you a whiskey.
A lot of free drinks today. It's a good day. Good day.
Good day to make friends.
I figured this is about the time I arrive at the bar.
Okay. You see both Nicholas and Chris Gaines talking to Preston Fry.
And then I noticed that there's some commotion, and I hear something about free drinks. I've got maybe half of my coffee left, and I say, "Oh, you can maybe top me off."
Okay.
You say that to one of us or to the robot?
I just hear that there's free drinks.
Yes, your friends are paying for the drinks.
Exactly. I don't care who's paying for it. Somebody's going to top off my coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a round. Don't worry, I got a round for everybody. I'll pay for the round.
Okay. So all of you guys get to sit at Preston's table?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Who's that boy over there?
All right, and you're pointing to the Aiden Roth?
Yeah.
Aiden Roth, man, he's a company man. Down here for the scavenge. Heard some crazy shit. One thing he always has, though, is a polished fucking armor set. Gotta give him that.
Ain't nothing wrong with taking care of your armor.
Nothing wrong with taking care of your armor if you're paid well enough to have the time to do that.
What have you been doing since you got stuck here?
Well, there was the accident. You guys hear about that? Wait, if you guys didn't come on the last ship, where have you all come from?
Around.
I will roll, see how I answer that.
It'd be a deception.
I don't have deception.
So it would then be a social.
Okay.
I don't know if any of us are deceptive characters because I don't think even Steinbach's character is deceptive.
Not bad.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
So essentially, this is what I want to say, but like, eventually, maybe somebody can help me say it well.
Mm-hmm.
But that we came out of nowhere because wasn't where we were planning to go.
Are you going to talk about that your ship was downed by the mines?
Well, would I be socially aware to make that a positive thing? Like, oh man, stupid fucking mines, or is it gonna be like for him, like, because I just took a phone call, guys. I didn't catch the last like.
He doesn't seem like he likes the mines either.
Okay, all right. So then, yeah, stupid mines.
He's like, wow, yeah, a lot of ships happen at Endpoint here. So basically, when I was Imperial, a bunch of scientists said they were getting some weird signal out of here. So they went off, did some stuff, built a whole flotilla of ships. We flew in here. There was all these mines built up by the stoner people. And we get here, we're fighting left and right. A few ships get down to the surface. A few don't. We're doing this for months. And then all of a sudden, the fucking Admiral says, well, we're going to go home. And I was like, but I've lost all these buddies down here. And he's like, well, you fought good for the group, so go on down. And so I'm down here, and I'm hanging out at the bar. And, well, we first had to build a bar, because there was nothing on this planet.
Well, thank you for doing that.
And then
Worth the drink.
we had this moment where the sand started moving, and all the minors were started raiding the place, and there seemed to be this weird shit happening, and the scientists were all saying, oh, well, the signals come back, and that they were looking for this type of energy crystal. I'm no scientist, but there's all this fucking weird shit happening. And then no ship could jump for like a month. Couldn't break surface, couldn't do nothing. The water purifiers began to fail. All this kind of stuff was just not working. Started becoming almost guy against guy. Everyone was trying to find something to do. And I lived on way too much minor puke to keep things going. And then one day, everything just started starting up again. It's just called the accident.
The accident.
Yeah.
And that only happened once. Huh?
Well, once since I've been here.
How long ago was that?
Well, hey, if you
What?
How long ago was that? Since it,
The accident was about 3 years ago.
If you want to relive the glory days of that minor puke, I think one of us has a chunk of minor flesh to. If you ever want to wet your whistle again,
I think that's an experience I'm only wanting to have once in my life.
don't blame you.
Listen, it takes a lot to survive as long as we did out in the wilderness. So is that weapon? Is that weapon necessary yet over here? How dangerous is it?
Oh, Betsy here? Betsy's what I use to cut through all these ships so we can get what we need and ship it up on topside.
I doubt that. That doesn't look like it's all you use it for.
Sometimes I cut through people's shit too.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
Do you ever use your skills for hire, or you just use it for the company?
Anyone who's willing to pay some creds, I'm willing to support.
I look around at my my guy friends and kind of like nod at them and be like, oh, okay, cool, good to know. As in like we might need help later.
Okay.
agreed.
I'd like everyone to do a roll, by the way. Either
Okay, what kind of roll?
investigation, pilot, or mechanics.
Okay, let's see. Pilot, maybe. Mechanics, no. Okay. I am going to be looking for my pilot.
There goes my Boonbane. I missed that Boonbane of 1.
Just pilot, not spacecraft?
A spacecraft, yes.
Okay.
Which would be the more optimal investigator mechanic.
All right, so I've got 14 and 5.
Okay, and we are just waiting for Chris Gaines.
Which would be more optimal investigator mechanic.
Whatever you have a better roll. If they're identical, I do mechanic.
I thought you, Chris, I thought you had said that
Okay.
as like a statement.
So the winner is definitely Rye, and you're the one who picks this up first. This isn't a bar that was built to be a bar. This is the cargo load of a ship that's buried in the sand. And
Okay.
they're pumping out definitely enough power that this ship is actually running.
Okay.
Now, Chris,
This is what the Tin Dragon bar looks like, and it's a cargo hold?
essentially they put the bar in the open cargo hold.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Has
Chris,
anybody-
you realize that from the power draw. Rye essentially realized it from the schematics of a ship. Nicholas, you feel that there's something definitely... there's way too much power for a bar running through here, but you don't understand it's a ship yet. And Baxter, the architecture seems weird to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But actually, also, Rise was so good. You actually know that there is a hatch to leave the bar and go deeper into the ship on near one of the booths. Like, you're like, I know the ship layout. I've seen this ship layout before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they put this bar stool like right next to where the door is, but the whole ship is on its side.
And then is that hole anywhere near the cute guy?
No, there's no one who's sitting there.
I was trying to come up with a reason to like nonchalantly go over there, but no, that's not gonna work. Okay.
You can go over and just you can just role play with them. Go ahead and have a good time.
No, I want to be able to have there be a reason to go over there.
It is an empty booth that seemingly has the door to the deeper parts of the ship.
I want to go over there and just kind of like, all right, boys, see ya. I'm gonna go a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna hang out over there.
In the empty part?
Yeah, you guys give me a headache.
She's
Okay.
temperamental. Don't
Is
worry
anyone...
about her.
Okay, no one's going to follow her, right?
I'm gonna send her a message. Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
And then part of why I wanted to get away was to be more descriptive in being able to send a message. Thank you. To basically explain that to everybody, but in like text form. That like these are my findings, and I didn't want the Preston Fry to be all like nosy just in case. So like that's what my goal was.
So I'm gonna send back. Wouldn't everybody in town know that this is a ship and that there's an underpart of it?
I don't know.
The angle that it's at doesn't look like that was the case. It looks like they thought they built it out of a down ship that just was derelict. So, I'm going to show the map of the ship, and then I'm going to kind of describe it a little bit better. Essentially, the bar is that deck 5 cargo bay. Okay? It is... The thing, though, is the entire place is tilted where you see the little healing boxes and you see the engine in the back. That's the floor. So
don't-
imagine the whole ship tilted where that nose is facing straight up.
So where the 2 parallel green lines are next to the number 5.
That is where the booth is in the door.
I get it.
Yep, I'm there.
I may need a little bit. So the x-axis is still the floor, right? And then the y-axis would be that the shaft to get to the next deck.
I believe so. The
'Cause deck-
tube that you're seeing is now horizontal instead of vertical.
Yeah, the 2 is the wall. The floor is the wall. The wall's the floor.
So deck 2 is the wall.
Yes, it is the sidewall.
Eh.
Yeah, it's like if you take a shoe and instead of the tread of the sole being on the ground, you kick it back 90 degree so the back of the shoe is on the ground and the heel is perpendicular to the ground. That's what this is.
Got it.
And essentially, there's so much sand around here that all the parts that make it look like a ship are covered. And essentially, the door is just the cargo bay door.
Okay. I'll do my best to wrap my head around. No need for further explanation if everybody else gets it.
But you do know that there is extra hidden areas that lets you get deeper into the ship.
Okay.
Now, do we want to begin to like wrap up right now in the fact of you know that you have the ship, or do you guys want some more time?
I'm good.
You're
I'm
good?
good.
I'm fine with
I'm
that.
good for wrapping up.
You're good for wrapping up?
Oh, okay. I get it. It's cool.
Like wrapping up like within the next 45 minutes be done, not okay, let's start more of an adventure and play for another 2 hours.
Okay. How about then we will end in we will start ending the game at 8:30, and then we will make sure that we are no longer speaking by 8:45.
Good to me.
Down.
Okay.
Whatever works.
So, is there any other kind of questions you guys want to ask Preston Fry?
Not when everybody else is sitting here.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him a little bit. You say that the next ship won't be in for another couple of weeks.
Yep.
In the meantime, if we were to try to get in and start salvaging a little, so we had some coin to help make a passage on the next ship, is there a map of claimed wrecks by chance, so that way we don't try to jump someone else's claim?
It's who brings has a claim. They don't definitely have people saying that they're going to be having a claim unless they're living in it. But you can go to the company and they'll get you some tools in exchange for a bit of an advance on what you find, because it doesn't look like you guys have the tools to rip stuff out.
That'd be a good thought.
Yeah.
So, has anybody ever tried to put some of the parts of like some of these ships together to get something working, to fly out of here or whatever?
You can make a lot of ship. Can't make a lot of gas out of nothing.
You wouldn't be able to buy gas off of a ship that came in.
The ships that come in have the gas to come and go. Every piece of gas is taking valuable cargo weight. I don't know how well you know your maps. So he stands up and he walks over to the side of the room where the star maps are, and I'll pull that page up again. You have to think, anybody who's coming from Stoner already made a 2-point jump and needs the gas to get a 2-point jump back. So if they're going from Gallic or they're going from Arula, they're already going to have an empty spot that they're going to have to deal with.
I can't read any of those. Duchy of Stoner.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're essentially coming from the south. They're going to have to do a 2-point jump to get to endpoint. Mm-hmm. It's not touching the endpoint system. Mm-hmm. The Imperium people at least can feel their way in, but they're not going to be doing all that work to make sure that they can keep us fueling out and selling that fuel to the stoners. So maybe you can call someone and do a little, hey, ship me some gas, but then you got to have a ship. So, okay, what do you pay for the gas for? You pay with it when you buy a ship. Okay, now you have some gas, you ain't got no ship.
I get where you're going.
I hear what you're saying.
I get where you're going.
Nowhere.
Exactly.
Need to be on one of those ships or taking salvage out.
Yep. There's a lot of scanning there to see who has the proper passports, because the stoners are going to shoot people who are Imperium, and the Imperium are going to shoot people that are stoners.
Yeah. Tricky
so
play.
Hypothetically, if we needed to go out the stoner way, you know somebody who could help us with some stoner identification?
This guy is gonna know how to get us out the Imperium way. Ain't that right?
I know people on both sides.
Oh, you're dealing with stoners?
Stoners are here. They got nothing to do. Everybody is going to pay. I don't like stoners that shot. I don't mind stoners, though, that have had their wings cut. If you're here for long enough and someone's working in the dirt with you, you don't care where they're from.
Not really a stoner anymore. You're just another poor dirt soul.
So, yeah. If you're digging dirt, someone will be willing to sell you their genetic code to be able to get a passport into stoner if you're willing to do that.
We got you.
I don't think, out of character, can you explain that? I don't think I understand that.
Essentially, they will give you enough of their DNA that when they scan to see what is your Imperial identity, they'll see that you're a stoner and not an Imperium.
Okay.
Like your citizenship is DNA. Yeah. You can tell someone's background from that. And you could go to the Imperium and say, oh, well, we were ex-soldiers, and they're going to let you through. The stoner people are going to want to say, well, where the fuck are you from? And you're going to have to be like, oh, we're refugees from the Imperium. Or you can take the DNA of a stoner person and inject it into you.
Is it fake and would it be fake and it's showing up, or would it actually be changing our DNA?
It would. If people scanned you, they would see that DNA. Is it fake in the fact that there's another person with that DNA? Yes.
Like a DNA mask.
Yes.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if it's like a DNA mask or actually we're grafting DNA onto our own DNA, actually changing ourselves.
You're actually grafting that DNA, but you can go do a process to remove it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So while everybody's talking, I would like to kind of familiarize myself with the opening to see if I could figure out how I could open it.
Okay. I'll let you do a piloting roll or a computer roll.
Let's see. Okay, I've got a 10 and a 1.
Okay, you can open it, but it's going to be loud, so you're going to need a distraction. Mm-hmm. So, you see that, okay, a button will open it, but it's creaky.
Mm-hmm. So I do nothing, but I kind of transmit, hey guys, I found a door over here, but it's going to be pretty loud. So either we wait until everybody's gone and check it out if you guys want to, or we come back another time.
Can I ask why we're interested in going down this door? I mean, don't we just assume that, maybe the proprietors of the bar are down there and it's like a back room that we're not allowed to go into?
This is not a door that has been opened in a long time.
Oh, really? Okay.
With her role, this is maybe the bartender knows, but he's a robot. The average person did not figure out that this was a ship.
And how many people are in the bar at the moment?
15, 20.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
But it's a big deck.
If there's a way to like whatever the device, be it a phone or a wrist console or whatever, put my hands under the table and try. I feel to text back another time, and it probably comes out like NTRRPOME.
So wait, can we? So I say to the guy, can we put on some music? Like, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling, you've given me a lot to think about, but I think we're gonna do okay for ourselves. Can we put on some like music in here, like get some real jams going?
You can give the bartender credit, and he will turn on some speakers.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the bartender. I'm gonna try and see if I can like ask. I want to put on some really loud music. I'm gonna kind of like blast some loud music. I want to see if I can pay like a little extra.
A little extra.
Okay, so you're like, can I override your sound limitation levels?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. He's for the payment. He's going to do it because he doesn't care. And everyone starts hearing this deafening Shakarian League scream wails.
Okay, I'm gonna, I'm super excited, and I'm like, and I sent, so I what do you go? As I'm walking over, I sent her a message. Now's gonna be your time, and I'm like, awesome, and I'm like walking over, and I'm like, I'm so glad I met you, man. I'm just like, I look like I'm really just, driving out. Should I like roll a carouse roll to see if I can like pull everybody in the bar into like partying with me, maybe like drinking and stuff like that?
I will say it's an easier roll for everyone to be like, what the fuck is that guy doing? You just made a silent bar into like a screaming mosh pit.
I guess in him doing that, that's enough of a distraction for me, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so then I can't not take that time.
Okay. So
then let me see what I will roll.
You'll roll your computer electronics again to bypass it right now. Yeah, okay. That's good enough.
I rolled a 7 and a 6.
And you get in. The door opens, and it is smaller than like your kind of average entrance because it's actually only meant for you to be going in it vertically.
Yeah. Okay. And so in that case, then it drops open, kind of like that's what it would have normally done.
No, it opens, but you would be walking into a tunnel. Like like an elevator shaft sideways.
Yeah, but so the idea would have been that it would have flung open had it been in a different direction.
Well, it's an iris opening.
Okay, so it wouldn't have been going down, it would have been opened up.
Yeah, it just expands.
Okay, so I walk in, I close it behind me.
Okay.
Well, but like, am I able to like
you want to
just
take
kind of
someone
mostly?
with you?
Well, hold on. I don't want to like. I don't like want to slam it shut.
Right, no, but it's loud enough that you can close it again with no one noticing the squeaks.
Right, but just to Josh's point, like I want people to know that like it. I don't want it closed because I didn't show them how to open it.
Right, but if you leave it open, anyone who turns around will see it.
Even if it's like cracked open.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I have to close it then because I don't want to get.
Do you need me to do another distraction while one of our guys walks over there?
I don't think there's time.
Yeah. She can go off and explore and then report back what she finds. and the rest of us can all aid in the distraction and talk to these guys.
Okay.
So I close the door.
You close the door.
So I say to the guy, I'm like, hey, you like this? How do you like this music?
It's Shikarian shit, man.
Yeah, I guess you're right. What do you got? I gestured to the robot. Change the music, cut it off. Let's change it to something a little classier.
Okay.
That Shikarian shit. I had a buddy of mine. He had a 15-year-old who got into it and then loved it, and it was the only noise coming out of his mouth, coming out of his house for almost 2 years. It was terrible.
Those kids, man. Did you have like some revitalization thing, and you're actually like some like real kid who like looks the way you look or something? Like that's just crazy shit, man.
I don't know. It was a friend of mine's kid.
No, he's saying that about Josh. Why the hell would he play the Shikari music? Maybe he's a kid.
I don't think I quite understood the robot. I don't think he really understood exactly what I wanted. But I'm young at heart. You got to keep your youth. Otherwise, what are you left with?
So, Chris, do you want to do anything in the bar?
Yes, I do. She's trying to shut the door. He's got this shitty music playing. I'm gonna walk over there to Mr. Roth. Okay. Nice armor there, kid.
Yeah. The working for a paycheck has its perks.
So, you've been working with the Stoner Corporation, right? The Duchy. You got good contacts with them.
I work for the company, but I'm from Stoner. That's a great rifle you got there.
Yep. Spent a lot of time mastering its use.
I know some people would pay for some bandit cleanup.
I fucking love the sound of that.
The local kind of mayor of town has a standing offer on anyone who isn't a registered citizen of the area that if you bring in, you get 30 credits an year.
30 credits an year? Oh, shit. I just gave away 120 credits for free earlier.
Well, you'd have to be registered as a citizen of the town first.
Well, or...
So... How much is passage on a corporate boat out of here?
Corporate boat out of here? You're gonna have to either get the corporation to sign you a visa, or you're gonna have to get someone from Stoner or the Imperium to actually put you on a list. No one pays to leave here.
Corporate sponsorship, though, is an option.
Absolutely.
What does a corporate want here?
Corporate has been looking for this particular creature.
A beacon? Oh, a creature.
So this beacon they're saying is coming from another world.
Trans-dimensional beings and transmissions.
And there's a chance that these trans-dimensional beings are somehow coming across the dimensions and they're controlling stuff here. Supposedly, the corporation has said that they'll give almost 10,000 credits for anyone who can prove an actual object that has this entity in it.
That sounds pretty low for something that seems so important.
Well, credits mean different things here. Credits of that type could be favors.
How long you been here, Aiden?
Been here about 2.5 years.
Been stuck here 2.5 years, or is the mind's not always behaving so erratically?
I'm not afraid to say that I made a mistake. I was part of a ship who was coming out here trying to get some illegal goods. There was this rumor of this weird energy crystal that essentially you'd be able to overpower any electronical device to be able to give it a strength that it didn't have originally. It is called Anranak. This material seemed to be one of the big reasons why everyone was investing in this location. That it may be what the signal's coming from. I was part of a group that was coming here to try to get some Anranak off.
You want to get some knockoff on and off?
My ship got hit by the mines. I landed. End of the day. Just got a job for the corporation because it was the best paying job around.
I feel you. It does sound like a pretty sweet gig compared to the other options.
It's either that or you want to be a bandit in one of those ships out there, living off of whatever was already running through their systems. A lot of Earl Grey tea to drink.
I love Earl Grey tea in the morning.
So, there's not a lot of opportunities here. Everyone who comes here has either made a mistake or had bad luck.
Let me get your comms number, Aiden. I might have to get in touch with you about the corporation later.
Not a problem. He gives you his comm number. So, we are now at 8:30. Let us wrap up for tonight.